Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us tmosso@the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today we're discussing a unique complication from Jaeger-LeCoultre. At the very least, they were the first with the Georgraphic, which is a hybrid of a dual time and a world time, and they launched it initially in 1989. As the Master Control 1000 hours test proliferated across the JLC line back during the 1990s, Master Control became a watch series in its own right. In the late 90s, the Black Dial Master Control series was launched, and that's what we have right here. And this is full box and paper, so you get the entire collection with this late 90s watch, which is an unusual thing to encounter. So this model, the Master Geographic, is 38.5 millimeters in diameter. I measure it, now this is in thickness, but I measure it a delightfully thin 10.4 millimeters, 46.1 lug-to-lug, and 19 is the spacing between the lugs. So this watch wears quite well on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. I've owned this JLC case size in the past, and I always love wearing them. They're thin, they're short across the wrist, they have enough wrist presence that it doesn't feel dainty, and at the same time, it almost has a little bit of a sense of neo-vintage to it, because the sensibilities of the late 90s are still quite different from what we have today. So you get a watch with modern fit-finish materials, condition, and an intact boxed set, but you also get something that is distinctly different from the modern era and borderline vintage, and I'll show you some of those features in a moment. But I would recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference, and it will easily fit underneath the cuff. So what are those vintage features? Let's start from the back and work our way in. There was a time when JLC brooked no compromises. So you can see here, this watch has been through the Master 1000 hours control, a 41.6-day test of chronometry in 6 positions, of a fully cased up watch, not a bare movement, winding efficiency, power reserve, durability, water resistance, all of it. But what really stands out for me is that it is a 22 karat mass on the rotor. Later on at JLC, lower and lower grades of gold, which are less dense and less efficient to wind, would be used on rotors. Back then it was 22 karat. JLC once adjusted its movements in 6 positions from the factory. Today, they generally make no mention of the degree of adjustment. 6 positions is 1 more than a standard chronometer and 1 more than the standard high horology that is used by, for example, Lange and Vacheron. They use 5 position. Back then, it was 6. The watch is also a smaller case size. The Masters would get bigger and the Geographics would get bigger, culminating in watches like the Master Compressor Diving series and the Navy SEALs after that. But 38.5 in steel is perfect. It feels good, it looks good. And though this watch was from a time when JLC was just transitioning from tritium to superluminova, we'll do a quick lume shot here just so you realize it was on the latter side of that transition. So this is an original luminova dial. Taking a look, it uses a case design that would become more common in the 2000s on everything from dress watches to sports watches, relatively narrow lugs viewed end on with a sort of soft bevel on their side, but a relatively sheer case band. A pusher adjuster for adjusting the date. We have a crown that's used to adjust the geographic complication. So you can see why I call this a sort of fusion or cross of a dual time and a world time. What happens is I set my reference time down at the base of the dial, and it does all the math for me. And though it's in a 12-hour format, you can see there's a little disc that gives you the AM, PM, so you know whether you're looking, for example, at 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. Of course, dark of night, it will be 3 a.m. We also have the ability, if you wish, to set that local, or I should say reference time, separately from the locals. This is your reference, this is your local, and you can see how I can set that time and how the AM, PM indicator works right there. And it will work in either direction, transitioning to day or night to day. We have a power reserve indicator, something that JLC first introduced in the late 40s on its Powermatic model, the Power Reserve Automatic, a long-running feature in the JLC catalog dating back to that time. You can see that the Dauphine hands at center are half frosted and half polished to make for better contrast against this black dial base. Then we have a concentric or azurage pattern inside each of these sub-registers with an elevated Reho outboard or a chapter ring that includes faceted applique rhodium-plated steel indices. A very cool looking watch. Of course, it's fun to take a look at which time zones, or I should say which cities, are used to represent the principal time zones of the world. Some older world time and geographic watches will actually have a dead time zone right there. And you can see we have Caracas, back when Caracas was still used on dual time and world time references, back before its idiosyncratic time zone was adopted. The watch is 50 meters water resistant, which is more than a standard dress watch, but you don't necessarily want to go swimming with it all the same. The movement, caliber 929. It is an automatic with bidirectional winding action. You can see it features JLC's old jewel reversing rocker, which I love because it's cool to watch it in action, but it will make sure that in either direction, the rotor only winds the barrel in one direction. Circular Côte de Genève engine turning on the base plate, genuine heat-fired screws, 38 to 40 hour power reserve, 4 Hz beat rate, Triovis micro adjustment mechanism for the balance for very precise regulation. And yes, it does feature hacking or stop seconds. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.